After seeing the new Warzone mobile update and peak graphics finally coming to Android, you know I had to retest. Henceforth, I'll be slowly retesting all of my devices throughout this month, including older devices like the iPad mini 6. However, here for the first test batch, I have the Galaxy S24 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now, if we go to the settings, you'll now see that the devs have added the peak visual quality setting in all Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and A17 Pro devices. But there's still a catch. You're probably wondering why resolution is low here on the iPhone, but high on the S24 Ultra. I did this to make this test fair, so let me explain. Low resolution on Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 devices is actually 864p, while high res is 992p. But if we look to our right, it's completely different for the iPhone. The iPhone's low resolution is actually 992p, while high resolution is an incredible 1296p. And as you can see, putting high res on the iPhone would make this test unfair, as resolution is 1.7 times higher than what is currently on the S24 Ultra. Nevertheless, now that we've discussed graphics settings and made this a fair test, let's get this test started.
Soldier, mark a drop point for your team. All right, lads, let's get it done. Active.
Alright, so now that we've completed a full game between both devices, let's check temperature. And as we can see, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is peaking up to 42 Celsius, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max is peaking only to 39 Celsius. Now, let's talk about FPS. First things first, I use PerfDog to gather FPS and GPU usage data, so according to my charts, the iPhone averaged 67 frames per second, while the S24 Ultra averaged 50 frames per second. And as you probably saw throughout the whole test, the GPU usage was maxed out throughout the whole test on the S24 Ultra. The iPhone, on the other hand, according to PerfDog, still has some slight GPU headroom. In conclusion, both phones did actually well in this test. I can't say for sure the iPhone is objectively better than the S24 Ultra, as I have noticed this game or update to be quite buggy. It took multiple reinstallations to finally get the FPS to properly read on the S24 Ultra. For some odd reason, the FPS would cap to 30 no matter which setting I chose. I definitely have to keep an eye out for future updates and retest the S24 Ultra to see if there's any improvements. Now, for the iPhone, you're probably wondering how it performs at high resolution, aka 1300p res. But sadly, when combined with peak visual quality, the FPS tanks down to a low 30 FPS average, so I highly suggest keeping resolution at low or what is considered high for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 devices. 992p resolution is plenty for these small devices. With that being said, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my upcoming Resident Evil 7 performance review on the iPhone and iPad Pro.